Okay. Good morning, Mrs. Sadi. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am great. So, what brings you here today?
I've had some panic attacks lately,
Okay.
and I wanted to come in to see someone about this. It's just seeking help at this point.
Okay. Well, how long has this been going on?
It's been going on about 4 months now.
Okay. Um, can you tell me maybe some of the physical symptoms that you're having with these panic attacks?
Yes, when I started to have panic attacks, my heart starts racing. I start perspiring. I get the sense that I'm trapped. It's hard to breathe. Just like something's going to happen and I won't be in control.
All right. Um, have you been to a physician to just rule out anything medically wrong?
Yes, I saw my physician about 8 months ago. I usually have a yearly exam, and everything seemed to be fine. Vitals were fine, blood pressure fine. Heart seemed to be fine, blood work, everything seemed to be okay.
Okay. All right. What do you think is triggering these attacks?
I believe the fact that I'm thinking about leaving the Muslim faith and having to talk to my parents about it.
Okay. All right. How long do you think? Well, let's see. Have you spoken to your parents ever before about wanting to leave the Muslim faith?
Yes, and that was pretty scary for me, and I think that's why I'm having these panic attacks now, because I was a teenager and I talked to my parents about leaving the Muslim faith just in general, and my dad just lost it. That was not a good conversation for us to have, because he told me leaving the Muslim faith just brings disgrace, and that was just not something that we even wanted to discuss. So it was a big family conflict, big family issue where we had to go in prayer, and my father had to bring in the imam, one of our Muslim leaders, to be like a mediator and to just talk about this god awful thing, me leaving the Muslim faith. It was just, it's just not heard of, and like I said, it's a disgrace to the family and also the Muslim faith, and my dad just didn't want to hear of it.
Okay. So, can you tell me how long how long you practiced the Muslim faith?
Practically all my life. We came here when I was 5 years old, and that's when I first remember specifically being a Muslim. But my parents they are devout Muslims, and they take pride in their faith, and so all my life.
All right. Can you tell me, have you kind of started transitioning to the Christian faith?
Yes, I've recently started showing up without my head dress and without my Muslim attire, I've been in groups with Christian co-workers who've provided me with information on the Christian faith, doctrine, and things of that sort, just background information, and it's quite interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, those are the, I'm doing some reading of the material that they're giving me, and I have removed the headdress. And
Okay. So can we talk about a little bit on what triggered your decision to maybe leave the Muslim faith?
Well, growing up, I'll start with elementary school. I was always teased because I looked different, I dressed different. There weren't very many other children practicing the Muslim faith here in the United States, so I didn't have very many friends. On up through junior high and high school, I was teased, I was shunned, kind of left alone because I looked different, and I was said to be a Muslim. And as an adult, when I moved into the workforce, the same thing happened, just on a different level. I mean, people, they avoided me, they mocked me, they somehow discriminated against me because of the way I looked. They excluded me because of the way I looked. And I just didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. And it was specifically because of, my Muslim faith, and people around me. I was an outcast. I felt like an outcast. Mm-hmm. And people around me were going about their way, doing their own thing. And then not only that, I as an adult, I wanted to look into other religions and just making an informed decision for myself if I wanted to stay in the Muslim religion or if I wanted to continue with the family religious traditions. And that was how I started this mission of maybe denouncing my faith.
So is this a concrete decision of leaving, or are you just still playing with the idea of maybe just testing the waters and seeing what else is out there? Have you made a definite decision to leave?
I do believe this will be a definite decision, because if I'm going to be here in the United States and I want to be a part of the United States, I don't want to look like or be treated like some foreign person living in on American soil. Mm-hmm. Being treated as if you're a terrorist or a bad person, with all the stereotypes, all the myths, and that's no fun. And I've decided to make a life for myself in the United States. This is where I like to live. This is where I like to start a family. Mm-hmm. So the Muslim faith is not as strong here in my community and where I am in life at this point. But I have thought about it for a while, and I'm just now getting to a point where I'm actually ready to step out and make some changes. So it is pretty much a decision. I just got to get to that point where I can talk to my family about it, and hopefully they'll be okay with it. I know it'll take some time, but hopefully they'll be okay with it.
Okay, good. Well, what I wanted to discuss, I guess, is to give you a little bit of homework, okay? First, we're going to talk about when you have your panic attacks, some ways that maybe you can calm yourself down. Mm-hmm. We're going to do some deep breathing exercises where you place both feet flat on the floor, okay, both arms are to your side. You're going to breathe in through your nose deeply and then out through your mouth, okay? Breathe in through your nose deeply, fill those lungs up with air, and then breathe out. And just concentrate on the breathing, and that will take the focus off the attack, and kind of calm you down, okay? Another thing I want to do, I have an article for you to read. It's called The Unexpected Visit, a Muslim boy's journey a Muslim boy's journey to faith, okay? I feel that this would really goes along with your situation that you have, and it will really help you. And I want to also get you to journal, while you're away, and every day just write down your feelings, and when you have your panic attacks, write down what you were feeling, what you were thinking at that time, okay? And then bring that back to our next session and we'll discuss it. So, do you have any questions for me?
No. When is our next session?
Our next session will be in a couple of weeks. Let's say on the 28th. It's going to be on a Thursday, okay? Will that be fine for you, or?
Well, I'm just wondering, if I start to, have these panic attacks even more, can I contact you, or do I need to just not deal with my Muslim faith as far as talking to my parents about it until we have our next meeting? Or, what do you suggest?
I suggest I will leave you with my number, and you can feel free to call me anytime. And also, that decision of telling your parents, I think I want it to be something that you're ready to do, that you will be comfortable and confident in doing when you do it. So I think that's a decision for you to make, So, you have anything else you need to ask?
That'll be all. Thank you so much for seeing me on such short notice.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Well, until our next visit then.
All right. Thank you.